Yeah, don't think quarantine is an option for these guys. I'm Ashley with WatchMojo, and these are the top 10 zombie anime series. For this list, we'll be looking at the most iconic series that revolve around the dead clawing their way back to life and causing all manner of trouble. Horror, action, comedy, as long as it's got corpses crying out for brains, it counts. But of course, you can follow me on Twitter at AshJBo, so go over there and let me know which anime list you want to see next. Number 10, Gyo, Tokyo Fish Attack. Yes, technically this particular horde happens to consist of fish and other undersea life, but given how they're still corpses propped up by metallic legs, they still count. If anything, having to deal with a giant undead shark that can climb upstairs is far more terrifying than your run-of-the-mill reanimated human. After an old military experiment ends up turning everything under the sea into a hungry death machine now capable of traversing on land, yeah, you can see how the citizens of Tokyo might have had a rough time of it. Number 9, The Empire of Corpses. What is it about Victorian England and zombies that seems to go hand in hand?
This might just be the first fun fight I've had in a while.
While the narrative is the furthest thing from slick and meticulous, it does serve as one hell of an escape fantasy if you just want to let your mind undo itself for a moment and enjoy the sight of John Watson tackling his way through a fresh batch of zombies while trying to track down Victor Frankenstein.
Watson, now! We're leaving!
Yes, that does sound like bad fanfiction, but at least it's merry old entertaining at the same time.
Hang on!
Number 8, Corpse Princess. She was murdered, resurrected, and now she's one pissed off zombie armed with a pair of machine guns. There's your plot. While it doesn't exactly go full-on balls to the wall as much as it could, seeing Hime make headway in shooting down the 108 other living corpses in order to gain entry to heaven is certainly thrilling at times. Throw in a decent back and forth with her companions, and you've got a fun little romp here packed to the brim with bodies and bullets. Number 7, is this a zombie? What happens when you combine a recently resurrected zombie boy with the powers of a magical girl? Well, a cross-dressing adventure that throws just as many spooks as it does laughs every chance it gets. Sounds like a crazy mishmash? Well, you'd be right.
Zombies.
1 minute you got you Sealwood Hellscythe causing widespread death just by speaking, and then you've got Ayumu transforming into his little dress in front of the whole school in order to fight a giant squid with a chainsaw. How's that for a wonderful mess? Number 6, Sankarea, Undying Love. A hot-blooded human falling in love with an undead girl?
But now that I'm a zombie, will you please take care of me?
More common than you might think, and nowhere is it better realized than when a zombie-loving fanboy finds himself unintentionally bringing a suicidal girl back to life. and now he's got a girlfriend, he has to help sew up her cut flesh and preserve her body before it rots. Might sound gruesome, but this black comedy has plenty of charm to it, especially regarding our pair of bleak lovebirds. There's certainly a lot more biting involved.
I got the feeling Rhea and I were sharing our happiness and sadness.
Number 5. School Live. Now this is an excellent example of how to merge and overlap genres while bringing out the potential in both. While Yuki's school life appears to be bright, cheerful, and the typical wonderland one would associate with a traditional shoujo slice of life, the horrendous truth is that the world is currently in the midst of a zombie apocalypse, with the gnawing dead seeking to eat the living at every turn. And Yuki doesn't have a clue, because her friends are doing everything they can to prevent their frail-minded classmate from realizing the truth for fear of what it would do to her.
Senpai! Ah, Mii-kun!
Number 4. Hellsing Ultimate. While the bloodsuckers are very much the focus of this savage action fest, that's not to say The Walking Dead aren't heavily prominent. In this instance, zombies go by ghouls and are created from human remains after a vampire has had its fill. Unless you happen to be a virgin like Ceres, of course, in which case, welcome to the next life as Alucard's fledgling.
Police girl, how does it feel now that you're a vampire?
With a love of the classic gothic lore, a gun-wielding Dracula who doesn't know the meaning of subtlety, as well as plenty of undead to rip apart in some wonderfully gory fight scenes, this is a must-watch for those who like their anime on the naughty side. Number 3. Zombieland Saga. It's just another idle series, said everyone, before they watched the lead character get hit by a vehicle, get reanimated into an admittedly adorable undead zombie, and then be forced by an eccentric makeup artist to join an idol group to help save the economy of a crappy prefecture. Oh, and her fellow performers also happen to be made up of other undead. It's bizarre, it's oddly touching, it's downright hilarious, and the ladies never fail to entertain us with both their shenanigans and concerts. An unexpected gem if ever there was one. Number 2. Kabaneri of the Iron Fortress. When your average zombies just aren't metal enough, just make them capable of running at blistering speed and latching onto whole structures like a swarm. With mankind's safety dependent on reinforced trains capable of transporting them across various safe points, it falls to the likes of Ikoma, now transformed into a Kabaneri hybrid, in order to protect the innocents aboard the locomotives with his ingenuity and the assistance of the beautiful yet deadly Mume. It may borrow themes and story beats from certain other titans of the anime industry, but it's still metal as hell. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure to go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. High School of the Dead. Yes, we are being shameless here, but in terms of putting zombies at the forefront, along with all manner of smutty material you'd find in beloved B-movies, this series delivers. You've got an army of the dead devouring everything in sight, survivors going crazy due to all the chaos, teens charting a course for freedom through an infested city, and of course physic-defying boobs with an extra helping of fan service. The schlock on display is so mind-blowing, you can't help but love it.
これだ。これなのだ。
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.